Saguna Bhakti and Nirguna Bhakti. Saguna Bhakti means using God as a form. God with attributes, form, name and whatever, as a personality. Nirguna Bhakti means God without any attributes. In Bhakti Yoga, both are accepted. They say Saguna is where you should begin and later you should go to Nirguna. For example, Islam is based on Nirguna Bhakti. The religion of Islam, it accepts Nirguna. Nirguna means attribute-less God. God without any attributes, without any qualities. You should not qualify God. But here both are accepted. So in Saguna Bhakti, when you have devotion to God and then you make God into a particular form or a name or a person, then logical mind will ask all these questions. Form is limited, name is limited, why are you making God limited? All this will come, all these questions come. Now let me address that. And also the question on idol worship comes. You worship a photo or an idol. As soon as you make God into a form, it becomes idol worship. You will have a photo in your house and you will bow down to that photo or you will bow down to an idol. So that will come automatically. As soon as you accept Saguna Bhakti, the idol worship concept will come, and many people have difficulty understanding this. It doesn't look meaningful. It is absolutely meaningful. It is very basic psychology. If you really look at it, it's very fundamentals of our psychology. Now, I will give an analogy for that. Instead of using God, I will use something slightly different, which you will understand. You all belong to one country or the other. You are proud of your country. And to symbolize your country, you have a flag. And you will have some kind of national day or the other. So on that day, you will hoist that flag and salute that flag. What are you doing? Is it not Saguna Bhakti? His country is a country. Do you see the country in the flag? You do see. The flag is a representation of your entire country for you. In the morning, I was using the concept of marriage. People who are married for 6 months will understand marriage, one level. People who are married for 5 years, they will understand marriage at another level. They will go on understanding deeper and deeper. Similarly, each person who is living in your country, do they understand and do they really understand the country in the same manner? Country is an idea, it's a concept. Meaning there is a heritage to your country, you have a culture, you have a community, there is so much of information there. A country is made up of so many elements. So if you ask somebody, explain your country to me, it is an unending explanation. Somebody who is ignorant about their own country, they may not know anything. But if somebody has understood deeper and deeper and deeper, if they know more and more about their own country, just looking at their national flag can bring tears to them, actually. If they have really understood their country, even looking at the national flag is enough for them because the entire country hits them when they look at the flag. The flag is used as a representative. You are seeing the entire country in the flag. Another man need not see. If you show me your national flag to me, I won't see anything there. It will look like some colors to me. I don't know what it means. For me, my national flag will look meaningful. It means something to me. I have a big psychological content behind that flag. You have a big psychological content behind your flag. So there is nothing in the flag independently. It is you who is giving that much weightage to it. And you will salute to it and you will do so many things to that. You will fire cannons, the soldiers will fire their guns. They will give so much respect to the flag. Is this not idol worship? Why nobody understands that? If you can do it for one country, why can't you do that thing for entire creation? Why can't you have a representation of the entire creation as a photo and bow down to that? If you cannot explain a country also properly, can you explain the entire creation? Isn't creation more magnanimous than your country? So when you look at an idol or a photo, personally I have made up something. For me, if I look at a particular form, it reminds me of the entire creation. For you, it may not. So when I look at that photo, I bow down to the photo. You need not. It is fine, but you need not question me. You have not understood my psychological content. In what way I am looking at the photo, you have no idea. So if you don't see anything in the photo, you don't know anything. It is your fine. I am fine with that. But you should be fine with me bowing to that. There is no problem. So the concept of Saguna Bhakti is a fundamental psychological requirement. You cannot directly go to something which is attributeless. Now I said creation is God. It eventually, to show your respect to creation, unconsciously you will come up with a symbol. Symbology is part of our psychology. You cannot get rid of it. Now here there may be some Muslims. Are there any Muslims here? Yeah. Now that Islam is based on Nirguna Bhakti, it is based on that fundamental idea was you should not make it into forms because it will become limited and all that. But if you go to, I don't know about your country, how is it, but I have seen in our country, if you go to the house of somebody who is following Islam, you will see the photo of Mecca. You will see some symbols written there, Arabic words. Are they not symbols? Are they not representing something for you? When you look at that photo, are you not reminded of something bigger? You cannot get rid of symbolism. Even in Christianity, you have symbolism. You have that cross. That means something big to you. When you look at for me, it may not mean much because I have not studied it. I am not part of that culture. But when you look at the cross, it means something big to you. You feel like bowing down to that. You are not bowing down to that inanimate object. You are bowing down to your own psychological content behind that. So it need not be the same across different people. So if you feel like bowing down to a form, it is fine. You need not enforce that on another person. This was very well known to the culture of this country, and that is why there are 33 million gods in this country. Because they understood that you can literally make any form. You can use any form as a representation of creation. You can use that tree as a representation of the entire creation and worship that. Show your respect to that. Anyway, it nourishes you in so many ways. You are so much dependent on that tree anyway. It gives you, without that, you won't get oxygen. Your fundamental living ingredient. So, when you use a particular form, it is fine. Saguna Bhakti is fine. But with this understanding, you should understand that form is not the ultimate there. You are using that form. You are using it as a technique. It's a psychological technique. To understand something which is too huge and too abstract, you are using a tangible and observable form. But if you forget that, then there is a danger. Yes, you will start treating the form itself as the ultimate, then it is a problem. If you forget that the psychological content behind the symbol is important and not the symbol itself, if you forget that, then you will start getting stuck to the symbol, then it will be a problem. Then you will start becoming fanatic and all this will happen. This was known to ancient culture. I cannot say that today modern Indians know that. They don't know this. They have somehow got stuck to some symbols. Some consider Krishna himself to be the ultimate form. Some consider Shiva to be the ultimate form. They have gotten stuck to symbols. They have gotten stuck to the personality itself, which was only a means to represent the higher entity, which is not expressible. They have forgotten that, and now that itself has become ultimate. So when we say 33 million gods, it doesn't literally mean 33 million gods. It means 33 million representation of the concept of God. Because each person can come up with his own representation. There is no problem as long as you know what you are doing. And it is not necessary for everybody. Some people may be able to resonate with the concept without any symbol directly. They may find that resonance with the higher entity. You are a small piece of creation, there is a big creation. So without using a symbol for that, you may be able to feel grateful, feel thankful or whatever. If you are able to do that, very well, you can do it, no problem. You can directly go to Nirguna Bhakti. You need not adopt Saguna Bhakti. But for majority of us, when we begin devotion, when we begin, you cannot help but using some symbol, and the symbols will become a personality, it will become a person.